Hey, Max here for Movie Madness Entertainment. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, notification bell for all the great news and entertainment. And maybe not so much the greatest news, maybe bad news too, depending on if you're a fan of Phoebe Waller-Bridge. But I'll tell you what, it may be good news if you're a fan of Tomb Raider and that series. Well, depending on how accurate you want Laura. I'm talking about all of her assets. Her biggest asset is her being a Tomb Raider, by the way. But I'm not immune to how she started and what type of character she began as. But ultimately, that's not a deal breaker for me. I'm in for the ride, no matter what. as long as she can raid tombs, all right. But there's also some potential controversy around this too. Now, Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I am not with the anti-SJW community, but a lot of projects she had a hand in, including the annoying robot in Solo, a Star Wars story. And part of the reason her name floated around so much was her success on award-winning series Fleabag, which I've never seen. She was on Indiana Jones. She was signed to lots of contracts, and ultimately she underperformed like JJ. Like she was signing with everyone. You heard her name all over the place. It seemed like she was going to be one of the great showrunners or writers to put all these shows forward with a focus on diversity, which is fine with me as long as you execute and and deliver a product. She did not. And then also we get Sophie Turner mysteriously now deleting her Instagram post where she showed off her six-pack. Now, some people had concerns as to not matching Laura in every aspect of her physique. She looked great to me in this picture. I don't care about that. Sophie Turner's a decent actress. She's not the best actress, but I really appreciate when an actor or actress goes for it. Goes the extra mile and really embraces the action character. So here she is, regular. And then here she is. Let me see if I could find a better image here. Open it in a new tab. All right. Hold on. I apologize. But why did she delete it too? That's what's interesting. All right. Let me bring this up here. There you go. Okay, so a lot of speculated. Why is Sophie Turner? Is she just getting ripped for her personal reasons, or is it for a role? If it is for a role, most would say she was announced for Lara Croft within this year. I say within the last 6 months. Now, what's interesting about this, and I do believe she was instructed to take down this post. What's interesting about this is, according to the articles about Phoebe Waller-Bridge, she didn't write any stories yet. She had that multi-year contract, lots of money on the line, and she failed to deliver. So it feels like Sophie Turner, they want to go forward with Sophie Turner and ditch Phoebe Waller-Bridge. It just seems that way. And it seems like the announcements are so close together that they weren't particularly ready to announce any updates with Sophie Turner. Because what happens in Hollywood, very rarely do you get in the trades announced that you're fired or moved off the project. It usually is someone became too busy. Look at all the PR BS that Kathy Kennedy does. Everyone's too busy for Star Wars, everyone's too busy for Star Wars. So there is something going on here. I'm happy that Tomb Raider is still going forward as a series. I would not be opposed to them rebooting as a movie again, but I think there's a better chance for a series to get started. And then the way like The Mandalorian is going, if the series is very popular, I think you'll eventually get a Sophie Turner Tomb Raider movie. And I'd be all for that. And especially since Amazon, what do they do in the Jack Ryan series? They did a series, a couple seasons, 2-3 seasons, and then a movie. Perfect. And then you get both best of both worlds. But let me know what you think of Sophie Turner, ripped, ready to go. I think for Lara Croft, and I can't wait to see what she does in the role. I hope this is a win for her because I haven't seen a lot of her since. And now let me bring up the Phoebe Waller-Bridge story. I do. Let me know in the comments section. Do you think that that Phoebe Waller was kicked off even when they first announced? I think the writing was on the wall when they first announced Sophie Turner. Honestly, I was thinking that when they announced that, I was like, oh, okay. Did Phoebe Waller approve of this? It seems like things were set in motion. And I'm not sure if anyone could find any source if Phoebe Waller-Bridge actually had any hand in hiring Sophie Turner if she didn't even write a goddamn script. And I think that's pathetic. If anyone in the industry is hired for this amount of money, multi-year deal, and no movement whatsoever, like J.J. Abrams, give it to someone else. Give it to someone else that could deliver, is my thoughts. And I do feel her name consistently came up because of her past success. But I think now going forward, especially with like Tony Gilroy and how he's had a long history in Hollywood, I want some more seasoned artists. I don't care what their gender, their identity is. I'm for everyone. I'm for, diverse hiring. But I would like to see on some of these big projects a little bit better of a track history, even for newcomers. I know that's the argument, though. Some people didn't have the opportunities. I get that, but for something like this, I would like someone with a better track history, especially since this is going to be the second time Lara Croft's been rebooted. Okay, so Amazon and Phoebe Waller-Bridge's Tomb Raider has been shelved. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it, according to Sophie Turner's Instagram. Last November, Sophie Turner landed the role of Lara Croft and was officially in talks to star in Phoebe Waller-Bridge's reboot. Was she in the talks for that one or a different version? Additionally, recently exited Amazon TV, Jen Sock stated that the Tomb Raider would begin filming early 2025. Here's a source via PC Gamer now saying that the Tomb Raider is not going ahead, while additional sources flatly confirm the project is dead. Neither Prime Video nor Waller-Bridge representatives have commented. Was this deal ever a good idea? Did Amazon MGM really want to go down this path? It looks as though they might have finally realized that the whole project was a misguided one. Not entirely. Doesn't look like it. Angelina Jolie popularized Croft on big screen in the aughts, but there have been so many hurdles to Waller-Bridge's iteration, including fan backlash, that it was bound to get canned. Waller-Bridge, Fleabag, who is obsessed and grew up with Tomb Raider, was not only supposed to executive produce the series, but was going to write all the episodes and additionally direct a handful of them. One of Sock's most notable decisions while chief of Amazon MGM was the $20 million deal she gave Waller-Bridge in 2019, which so far has yielded a total of 0 movies and shows. Not just that, but the deal was bafflingly re-upped 3 years later. And then it was re-upped again right after Sock's exit, and probably never again after the underperforming of Tomb Raider, honestly. Of Indiana Jones, I apologize. However, this time around, Waller-Bridge's contract has been converted from an exclusive overall deal to non-exclusive first look and significantly less money. Sock recently told Variety she has no regrets about the overall deal with Waller-Bridge and that we should consider all the money that's been dished out to her as more of a holding deal. When we look at long-term commitment to a creator like Phoebe, we're so happy now that we retained her. Considering how much time and money has been wasted on Tomb Raider, I don't think anyone's happy about it turned out. So this is from April 11th. I think the situation has even changed since then. I don't know if Phoebe Waller-Bridge is going to be attached in any. I mean, I know what the article says. I'm unsure if she's going to be retained in any capacity. And that makes me, because I believe, and this is all speculation, I have no proof for it. I know everyone watching is going to say, because of the Instagram post with Sophie Turner, she's obviously getting ready for something. Let me know what you think it's for in the comments section. I think most likely Lara, and I think they ditched Phoebe. And I'm not against Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I just think she hasn't delivered like she could have, and she certainly had the opportunity. I'll see you in another video. Have a good one.